I'm Jerry Ingram with Volunteer Home Mortgage, and I am this morning's sponsor. More about what my business can help with all your mortgage needs is coming up soon. But first things first, let's get over to Wake Up with Witcher, which is coming up next.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Hear me now. You can hear me. It helps if you unmute the button. So many things going on. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the rainfall that we saw yesterday. Yes, you can hear me now. All right, here we go. So these are storm totals from yesterday. Doppler estimated. Listen, over the last 72 hours, downtown Knoxville has received 5 inches of confirmed rain. Yesterday, we saw anywhere from 2 to 4 from Fair Oaks, the neighborhood, through West Hills, Bearden area, Rocky Hill, Kingston Hill, down into the Beechwood area, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall there. That's where we had some flooding and flash flooding. How about 2 to 4 plus inches near Tellico Village, down by Von Orr and Pumpkin Center, Howard, Tallahassee? Incredible amounts of rain there. And even up across Upper East Tennessee through parts of Union and Anderson and also Claiborne County, Hawkins and Hancock counties, thanks to the rain showers that we saw yesterday morning. So rainfall accumulation over the last 12 hours, not nearly as much. But here is the story, okay? Big ridge of high pressure dominating over Texas and Louisiana. Now, this is going to start to scoot its way a little bit further to the east throughout the day today. But in the meantime, we're still going to be tracking these little disturbances, these little ripples, little waves in the atmosphere. And here, with those are tough to forecast. It's like throwing a pebble into a river or a lake. Or a river, rather, and watching that river transport that little tiny ripple. Where does it go? Nobody really knows. Remember, we're trying to predict something that hasn't happened yet, right? But when you look at mid-level energy and spin, these are those little ripples that are being forecasted, and we're using a model forecast. But there's another little ripple that's going to be heading our way throughout the day today, and then more so overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. But because high pressure starts to shift its way a little bit further to the east, I do think that it's going to take the majority of the activity from Knox County towards Tri-Cities versus the Central Valley. And then that ridge of high pressure really starts to build on in, and that's going to bring us some excessive heat as we get into the latter part of the week. All right, severe weather outlook today. We are once again under a level 1, level 2 risk for some strong to severe thunderstorms. Yes, we've got a very buoyant, unstable atmosphere, just like what we saw yesterday. Damaging winds would be the main threat. But we also have a flash flood risk in as well. 1 level 2 risk for some localized flooding and and flash flooding concerns. So, with that said, the National Weather Service has extended the flood watch until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Remember, it was supposed to expire at 5 o'clock this morning, but they've extended it until tomorrow morning thanks to all the rain that we've already seen and now saturated ground. Thanks to J.D. Howard snapping this video from Ebenezer Road in West Knoxville. Look at the wind-driven rain. Just the water racing down the neighborhood streets, going into the creeks and the rivers and flooding those. J.D., thank you very much. Jessica Birdwell, driving along North Shore before it really flooded, and it started to flood. You can see the creek right there starting to flood, and traffic was backed up like crazy, but it continued to flood and overflow its banks. And so this is what North Shore Drive looked like. That's looking north towards towards Interstate 40 and Kingston Pike and Paper Mill area. That was sent in by Phil Miller. You got Hammond Goodies right there, Label Industries on the left-hand side of the screen. Paper Mill Drive, just around the corner. This is what that looked like. Like I said, turn around, don't drown. Now, again, this morning, there's no debris there. The water is receded, so it's smooth sailing if you happen to drive that route. But that's an incredible scene, and that's a typical location where we typically see some flooding when we get this much rainfall. So once again, throughout the day today, I'm going to put extreme for the localized flooding and flash flooding concerns. Not saying it's going to happen, but the possibility is there with the saturated ground. Efficient rain producers are on the way. But because we have a buoyant, unstable atmosphere, damaging winds will be the next threat. And like what we saw yesterday, we had a lot of power outages. We had a lot of downed trees thanks to the strong, gusty winds and a saturated ground. That's the story. The ground is now saturated. I mean, we started the month extremely dry. The grass was turning brown. Now, I don't know about your yard, but mine looks extremely green. But that's going to be a concern with downed trees throughout the day if we get any of those strong thunderstorms to develop. So, or even overnight tonight. So here's a story, picking up our feature cast at lunchtime because nothing's going on really this morning. Yeah, we got a couple of spotty showers out there throughout parts of Cumberland and Fentress County, and that's about the extent of it so far. But this energy will swing its way on through the area. Now, we do have an outflow boundary kind of hanging out across East Tennessee. What does that mean? Well, an outflow boundary is like a miniature cold front that will just kind of hang out thanks to the showers that we saw yesterday. So it's invisible. You can't really see it. But what it's going to do is it acts as a focus for showers and thunderstorms to develop. So that may be a concern that we will be that the models would never pick up on. Okay, but either way, we're going to talk about scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today, and then another upper level wave swings our way overnight tonight at some point. It looks like it will swing on through, and if it does, and it develops, and we get those clusters of thunderstorms to develop across the upper Midwest, they'll slide their way with that northwesterly flow pattern and bring us a chance for strong to severe thunderstorms overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. So again, we have that risk for severe weather and localized flooding and flash flooding concerns. Now, notice the Cumberland Plateau, the Central Plateau, and down across the Southern Valley. We're probably not going to see as much rainfall. We are looking at more rain into upper East Tennessee, so Knox County towards Tri-Cities. Now, again, I can't stress enough, this is a model forecast. Don't look at the numbers and go, oh, we're only going to get half an inch of rain, no big deal. That's not necessarily the case. This is model guidance. This guides us and lets us know what could possibly happen, but will never let us know exactly what will happen, right? All right, so if you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, you're new to the platform, welcome to Wake Up with Witcher. We broadcast Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. But download the East Tennessee Weather app. You'll get your push notifications for flooding or flash flooding concerns, severe weather concerns, watches or warnings, which, of course, we had that severe thunderstorm watch yesterday. You can check in on the daily forecast weather updates throughout the day. And if I do broadcast live for severe weather coverage, which I did have the radar and my cameras up live yesterday, you'll be able to watch and tune into those as well. All right, forecast high temperatures will be about where we were yesterday. We topped out in the upper 80s to low 90s yesterday. We'll be there again today. Dew points, a very muggy atmosphere. Dew points are in the low to mid 70s. That's going to give us heat index values pushing close to 100 again. With that, the heat stress gradually increases a little bit more today than what we saw yesterday, especially across the Southern Valley where we'll have a lot more sunshine. And that's what heat stress takes into account. It takes into account the sunshine along with the heat and the humidity. Heading into the evening hours, evening commute to 86 by 6, but it's going to feel like 96 degrees. We'll probably have a few showers and thunderstorms developing around the area. We'll see how this all plays out. So again, just check back in. You'll get your forecast updates throughout the day, but down to about 79 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. Thursday into Friday, look at this. Thanks to that ridge of high pressure building on in, it starts to push everything on out of here, a little bit further to the north and a little bit further to the east. And that's where our flood risk is and our severe weather risk for upper East Tennessee and the Tennessee-Kentucky border Thursday into Friday. And again, the storm threats in those areas, not everyone's going to see that, but in those areas, we do have a medium chance for damaging wind gusts and efficient rain producers that could produce localized flash flooding concerns. So let's pick up our timeline Thursday morning, because through the day on Thursday, we're still going to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. You can see upper East Tennessee will get the majority of the activity through, say, from sunrise through noon, and then we'll continue that from noon through the afternoon hours. And again, that's going to be clipping, say, Campbell County, Knox County, Sevier, maybe Blount County, but along the I-81 corridor is going to be the bullseye for that tomorrow. Okay, so today and tomorrow, we're looking at very efficient rain producers. So we're going to keep the rain chances. Listen, when we're generally talking about all of East Tennessee, we cover a lot here around town. This is just the general idea. Of course, we'll have more specifics using the East Tennessee Weather app, or you can find those online at eastTNweather.com. But the general idea is rain today, starts to fade a little bit more tomorrow and Friday. It starts to ramp back up as we get into Saturday. It looks like it's going to be a 50-50 weekend. And then that ridge really starts to intensify next week, which I think will shut down the rain chances. As high pressure moves in over East Tennessee, we'll kind of get that sinking air or subsidence, and that will shut down the rain. We do know that the heat's going to build, and it's going to feel a lot like it did at the beginning of the month. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s to low to mid 90s. Dew points are going to be in the low to mid 70s, so high humidity levels in place. That is once again going to lead to heat index values pushing the upper 90s to low 100s. So tomorrow, especially from Knox County, Tri-Cities, we could be close to heat advisory criteria. So we'll see what the National Weather Service does. And because the heat builds, the heat stress will build as well. So coaches and parents, outdoor activities, if you work outside, keep in mind Thursday and Friday, the heat stress is going to be into the moderate, high, and extreme categories. It'll fade a little bit on Friday, and it'll fade a lot more as we get into our Saturday. And looking at the first 2 weeks of August, we're still looking at the potential for above average temperatures, and may start to see a little bit more moisture creep in for the second week of August, but the first week looks like it's going to be trending dry. So I can't stress enough to have an easy, accessible way and efficient way to receive weather information. That's super important. Whether you check in on the weather every day, I don't care. I just want you to have a way to receive weather information in case you are under a flash flood warning or a severe thunderstorm warning or any inclement weather. And remember, this travels anywhere you go across the country. Of course, I usually end the segments with some photos, but I want to share these with you this morning because we had a possible wall cloud. Brent Butcher, he's a Witcher weather watcher. This is just off of Parkside Drive, looking north, and this was a storm that the National Weather Service was talking about. He actually did send me some video of it, and you could see the rotation associated with that. Let's see if I can't get that on camera here. But I'm not quite sure if I can get it on camera. But either way, so he sent me some video of that, but you can see the rotation. So a potential wall cloud there didn't quite have enough rotation at the surface. That's another one from his office building. You can look at the next round. This was round number 2 that came through yesterday afternoon and evening. We had some localized flooding around Walden Drive in West Knoxville. Ben Mooney sharing that one with us. But we also had just walls of water through Morgan County. Tony Rice sharing that one. Again, off of Ebenezer, I showed you this just a moment ago. J.D. Howard sharing that one with you. The flooding off of North Shore Drive. But again, I can't stress enough the intense rain that we saw leading to flash flooding around town. And that's going to be a possibility. Look at that storm right there. Talk about a wall of water. That's looking off towards the Speedwell area. And this one, my friend flies actually for TVA. He's a helicopter pilot, Jeff Otovich. An approaching storm. No pun intended with any aviators out there. But look at that, the shelf cloud moving its way on through. Had some incredible photos. And thank you to all of you who have shared photos through the Witcher's Pictures link using the East Tennessee Weather app. Also online as well. That's a few more photos, I thought. Oh, yeah, I just had a few more. This is when it just started. We had wind damage, trees down in Fountain City. Fountain City got hit extremely hard. Paper Mill and Weisgarber, that was just the beginning of the flooding concerns. Rebecca Haynes, Tazewell, had quite a bit of tree damage in that area. And even look at Carson Newman, bottom center of your photo. Look at the water rushing down, cascading down the stairs at Carson Newman. Thank you, Jonathan Kaiser, for sharing that one. And also in Harriman, we even had some storm damage in the Harriman community as well. Sorry about the audio at the very beginning, my friends, but let's get to work with the conversation this morning, see how everyone's doing. I know it's kind of feast or famine with these kind of storms. Not everybody got it. Good morning, Kat. How are you this morning? I've got Aaron and Betty joining us. Melissa, good morning. I've got also... I appreciate that. I appreciate the the help with the audio issues there. I muted my audio board when I recorded my segments this morning. Forgot to unmute the audio board. I was looking at everything going, why? It should be running. Why? Oh, yeah. Well, it's muted. Usually helps, huh? Whoopsies. My bad. Let's see. All right. Now the conversation's going. All right. We're past the sound. We're past the sound part of the conversation. Now we're to the good mornings. Wish I kept my wave runner yesterday next to McKay's bookstore. Jeez, was that not insane? My buddy, who actually I order merch through, is Label Industry, and I chatted with him yesterday. So they had a little bit of water inside the building, not a ton, but he was trying to mitigate that yesterday after like at 7 o'clock last night. It's like, you okay, buddy? And he goes, well, I'm still here at work trying to clean up a little bit of the water that came inside the building. But it was a gully washer after gully washer. That is the truth. But again, not everybody saw it. Working on the flooded golf course this morning. Got to clean that up, I'm sure. Let's see. Jefferson County's countryside had a lot of rain at 4:15 yesterday. I was driving in it. Rain, go away. My yard needs mowed. Yeah, my neighbor finally mowed the yard yesterday. And he kept it a little bit on the higher side. He said, we're going to bring it back to full capabilities of what a yard could look like, right? So he's like, I'm sorry, I cut it a little bit higher. Next week we'll cut it shorter, but we got to let this thing kind of get back up and running. I said, that's true. But it's amazing how fast our yards have greened up, hasn't it? Gully washer last evening in Sweetwater. Thanks, Dwayne. Thankful for the rain, but I don't know about you, but I'm over the rain. And now with the saturated ground and with just the efficient rain producers, we just need to watch it for sure. We had 3 inches of rain here at the course yesterday. Incredible. 3 inches. And that's probably above and beyond. That was just yesterday. And I know we've gotten a lot more at some of the golf courses and around town through the last 5 to 7 days. Actually, when you look at your 7-day rainfall amounts, let me show you what that looks like. The past 7 days, we have seen a lot of rain around town. This is what we've seen over the last 7 days of rainfall. Again, upwards of central and west Knoxville has picked up anywhere from 6 to even upwards of 7 inches of rainfall over the last 7 days. Spring City, nearly 3 inches, over 3.5 inches in Sweetwater. Same with you folks in Athens and Tellico Plains. We've had pockets of heavier rain up towards Morristown, Hawkins, Hancock County, even parts of southern Union County. But you can clearly see Chattanooga's only picked up 1.25 inches over the last 7 days. So not everybody's seen all the rainfall. But again, I think Upper East Tennessee, Tri-Cities area, 3.5 inches of rain over the last 7 days. So it could be insult to injury, and we could see some more localized flooding later on today or even overnight tonight as well. We've got plenty of places to swim now. Well, hopefully the water has receded a little bit in your area, but you have to watch out for all the debris out on the roads now. So watch out for that. Of course, a lot of the city crews and the linemen were out restoring power yesterday. So hopefully you got your power back as well. First day of school. Josh, that's awesome, buddy. Yeah, kids are back in school. My kids go back next week. Next Wednesday or Thursday, I think it is. You could canoe yesterday, that's for sure. The frogs. Yes, there you go, James. Did you hear the frogs? It's like, what do they do? They don't squawk. What do frogs do? They what do they do? They don't chirp. They don't squawk. They ribbit. They ribbit, I guess. Love them frogs. Well, I mean, at least we don't have any strong to severe thunderstorms this morning. We've got that. Right? But again, could be changing overnight tonight. So just stay weather alert. Have a great day, Katrina. Have a good day at work. And again, congratulations on the new job. Let's see. All right. Got lots of good mornings on here. Renee says, love the app. I click on it several times a day. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. Lots of good stuff going on with the app. At least your lawn looks green again, says Tucker. Good morning, by the way. It's always a good day, my friend, isn't it? It's always a good day. I bet those greens are nice and slow, aren't they, Lee? Kind of have to hit the ball just a little bit harder. I think Sunday would be a good golf day. Saturday, we're looking at more unsettled weather, if you will, working its way back in. 2 inches in your rain gauge, 2 miles from downtown Knoxville. Just yesterday. Crazy. How are you faring, Millie, from Fountain City? I know we had a lot of wind damage in Fountain City yesterday, so hopefully you're faring okay this morning. Mel says, that's pretty normal for paper mill over the last 50 years. I know that's what I was talking to my friend at Label Industry. He's like, I just don't understand why they can't fix this part of town. North Shore and paper mill. Also Broadway. Broadway and 640 always floods as well. There are certain sections of town, and you know them in your communities, that typically flood when we get heavy rain. So again, just watch those areas. If you typically drive through those areas, I wouldn't be like those cars yesterday. Just try to find another route. I mean, because again, you don't know what the water's done underneath. Like if you're watching other cars go and you're like, oh, I can make it. Maybe not the best idea. And listen, if you put yourself in danger or harm's way, you're also having to put somebody else in danger or harm's way. Did you hear about what happened in Cookeville yesterday? They were doing water rescues. Cookeville got hammered yesterday. If you thought we got hammered, Cookeville got even hammered even more yesterday. You got 3.5 inches. They croak. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you very much. Frogs croak. Could not think of the word. They don't chirp. They croak. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks, Renee. Couldn't think of the word, but yes, you're right. They do croak. Oh, man. I don't know. Whatever. Good morning, Roz. My 16-year-old daughter drives in the rain for the first time on the way home from friends yesterday at 5. Nail biting for me at home, I bet. She's only ran into one flooded road on Johnson. Well, make sure she understands. It's always nerve-wracking, I'm sure, as a parent when your kids start driving. I mean, listen, I drove in this. I'm surprised how much my parents let me drive when I was 16 years old. I like what they let me do. I mean, I was driving to the mountains skiing every weekend when I was 16. I was in several blizzards in the mountains driving skiing. I don't know, just did it. There we go, Krista. Congratulations to Robert. Now he can finally stay on top of the weather forecast right here in East Tennessee. Did they get knocked down yesterday? I bet your sunflowers did get knocked down yesterday. Oh, you got the job at FedEx. Oh, well, congratulations to you. All right. You know what time it is, my friends. Kimberly's itching. And maybe many of you are as well. I haven't looked at them this morning yet, so I don't even know what they are. We're going to find out what these are together. Ooh. We've only got 3 of them this morning, so let's get to work with them, shall we? National Avocado Day. Have you heard about those fake avocados running around the country? Is that a real thing? Is that just a silly social media thing that's going on, like a TikTok? I don't know. I haven't watched them because I'm like, there's fake avocados. How can you have a fake avocado? Can you really have a fake avocado? Avocados are like some of my favorite things in the world. You know what I like to do with avocados? It's not healthy for you. It's super high in fat. But if you take ranch dressing, cut the avocado in half, put the ranch dressing in the middle, and just kind of eat it. A little salt and pepper on it. I love, try this one. Put avocado on some toast. Put some, my brain is not working today. Cottage cheese. Put some cottage cheese on there. Put a fried egg on top. High protein. Get your good fats for the day. Avocados. And who doesn't like guacamole? I mean, guacamole is like the best thing. There we go. Buck says guacamole rocks. Yeah, guacamole is like one of my favorite things in the world. It's like going to a Mexican restaurant, or and I make, hands down, I probably make some of the best guacamole that I like. I'm not saying the best guacamole that you like, but some of the best guacamole that I like. And it's guacamole is so easy to make, right? Just a few ingredients, but I do throw a little bit of cumin in my guacamole. It actually just throws a nice little kick. National Mutt Day. Do you have a mutt? We don't have mutts now. We have cavapoos, but we used to have a mutt. Wasn't quite sure what he was. Bandit rescued him from Young Williams years ago. Currently no longer with us. Rest in peace, my friend. It's amazing how dogs, man's best friend, become like part of the family. And then when you have to put them down, it's the worst day of your life. I mean, you're having to put down a family member, right? But it's amazing how you can move right along. And now we've got 2 other dogs, and, well, they're still crazy. They're just not quite as good as our other dogs. I don't know what it is about these dogs. They're high maintenance. They keep pooping in the house. Can't figure it out. Quit it! Quit going to the bathroom in the house. Go outside. You're a dog. All right, I digress. National Raspberry Cake Day. Ooh, I've never had a raspberry cake. Have you had a raspberry cake? That looks amazing. Does that not look so amazing? I don't know why that map. I'm sorry that you got my weather maps like kind of halfway in the background there. Don't know why it's doing that. Let's see if I can't get this. That's not it either. Well, we'll get that. There it is. Now we fix that. Fix that on the fly. All right, here we go. National Raspberry Cake Day says National Raspberry Cake Day is a jubilant. Hi. Feasted each year on July 31st. Therefore, today is the day to enjoy raspberry cake because it's a cool and refreshing dessert and indeed a summertime favorite around the United States. Didn't even know it was a real thing, but it sounds amazing. And raspberries are so good. All right, that's all we have for our national holidays for the day today. Short, sweet, and simple. By the way, we do have a couple of showers out there already this morning, so let's go ahead and get to work with what's going on the radar picture as we highlight what's taking shape here around town. We do have a couple of showers. Look at all the storm reports, by the way. Those little dots you see on the screen there are storm reports. So we had flash flooding in Bearden. We had some wind damage showing up 3 miles northwest of Knoxville. We had quite a bit of wind damage in Kingston as well. But we'll take those off for the time being and talk about some showers in across the northwest sections of town. So Fentress County, northern Cumberland County, moving its way towards Deer Lodge. So if we loop this over the last 15 minutes, get an idea of which direction it's going. Let's do the last 30 minutes. 15 minutes is just too slow. So here's your 30-minute radar loop. So again, you get that northwesterly flow. So Deer Lodge, Grimsley, you're going to be next in line for seeing the nice little shower move on through. Fairfield Glade, Catoosa, Rockwood, Harriman, Kingston. If this holds together, it's going to dive its way into your direction. But other than that, no major issues out there when we're talking showers and thunderstorms at this hour. By the way, it's 7:28. Let's go back to the chat and see what's going on. Ever get a raspberry and no, Buck. No, I've never done that. I don't even know what you're talking about, my friend. You have a pit bull and a greyhound named Helga. Pit bull and greyhound mixed. There we go. I was going to say, you have 2 dogs named Helga. Helga. You're going to get some raspberries on Saturday or avocados. I only eat avocados if it's in guacamole. Oh, come on. Cheryl, have you never had that very expensive Hootie Tootie, not fresh and fruity, avocado toast that you pay like $12 for? It's literally half of an avocado on some toast. Don't understand why they can charge so much for that, but yes, they do. You have a real avocado plant growing. Do you get avocados out of that? That's awesome. I've always tried to grow an avocado plant and also lemons and limes. Never have been able to work out for me. No, maybe we'll get my garden going on next year. The toad croaks. But I think frogs croak too, right? Or do they just ribbit? No, I'm good. You don't want to see me dance. I promise you, I'm not a good dancer. Hasta la vista, baby. Have a good day, Buck. You've got a shepherd, another kind of, some kind of dog, another dog of some kind. What's up, Elizabeth? I haven't seen you on here for a while. You'll find out here in just a second. I'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. You get a weather update on everything going on. But again, kind of similar to what we saw yesterday, showers and thunderstorms are going to roll back into the area with the potential for some severe storms and also the potential for some localized flooding and flash flooding. I'm making a banging avocado toast. Sounds like dinner. Have you put the everything bagel mix on your avocado toast there, Aaron? Try that. Or just do avocado toast and put a nice little fresh over medium egg on top of it. Maybe 2. Maybe some scrambled eggs on top of it. It's so good. They won't grow here, huh? You ran a short-term rescue named Freya's Grove? Freya's Grove? We don't have a mutt. You have a princess baby dog. Nice. You've saved 15 dogs. Nice. My mom used to be a trainer for seeing eye dogs. So she started them when they were puppies, and she had to take them everywhere they went. Grocery stores, restaurants, malls. She took it to work, and she'd train it for about a year. Then it'd go off and actually get puppy training for seeing eye dogs. And then she'd go to the graduations when they hand these dogs that she raised to folks who had lost their vision. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff there. Oh, man, I guess that's about all we have this morning. That's about it. So showers and thunderstorms will fire back up. If you missed any of the forecast here, I will run you back with the 24-hour weather channel. We'll pick it up back up from the top here in just a moment. Again, showers and thunderstorms will ramp back up throughout the day. Some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. We could see some damaging wind gusts. Also, the potential for some localized flooding and flash flooding concerns as well, especially if you have a saturated ground. If you've gotten a lot of rain over the last few days and you get more rain today, we've got a very efficient rain-producing showers and storms on the way. The atmosphere is water-loaded. And so with that, we will continue to see heavy rain in and around the area. Hot weather returns today, tomorrow, even more tomorrow. And it's going to be kind of a 50-50 weekend, of which, of course, I will show you here in just a moment. We sure hope you have a great day. Be safe, be kind to each other. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to things that you see on social media. Go hit the subscribe button on YouTube. It really helps the platform out. And let everyone know about East Tennessee weather. So many of you, or so many folks, still have zero idea that I even left the local TV station. Some are like, yeah, I haven't seen you for a while. For like a year and a half. Can you believe it's like been a year and a half since I left? Crazy. We are approaching 1 year with East Tennessee weather. October 1st. Not far away. Like 2 months away. Is that not crazy? So let everybody know, if you haven't already, about East Tennessee weather. All right. I'm going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. If you missed the forecast, you'll get that momentarily. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short. I'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning and all day long on social media. And if I need to break in and do live severe weather coverage today, I will definitely do so. I was a little frustrated I didn't do it yesterday, but here we are. Every day's a brand new day. See you, my friends.
You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. It's going to be a wash, rinse, repeat forecast. Yes, we still have the same pattern setting up shop. Little pieces of energy heading our way. That's going to lead to the potential for some localized flooding, flash flooding, and the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms. We saw that yesterday. So let's talk about the story. Big ridge of high pressure dominating from the west coast to stretching over to the eastern seaboard. But the story for us is we are on the northeastern side of this ridge of high pressure. So that throws disturbances, little ripples in the atmosphere our direction. That's what's going to take place today with that northwesterly flow. These ripples are tough to forecast because sometimes they'll intensify, sometimes the surface takes and interacts with the surface moisture just a little bit differently in different locations. But the point of the story is we're going to see these little ripples, these little waves swing on through, and that's what we saw yesterday, sparking off those showers and thunderstorms. So we could see that throughout the day today, tonight, into tomorrow morning. And then through the day tomorrow, as this ridge starts to build its way on in, that will eventually shut down the rain chances a little bit and bring us a lot more heat. The Storm Prediction Center has put us under, again, a level 1 and level 2 risk for isolated strong to severe thunderstorms, damaging wind being the main threat. We also have a level 1, level 2 risk for some localized flash flooding. We saw that yesterday. Listen, Knoxville received 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over the last 72 hours, and an official report in downtown of 5 inches of rain in the past 72 hours. So the National Weather Service has actually extended the flood watch that runs until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning now. We saw this yesterday. I mean, just wind-driven rain. Thanks to J.D. Howard, right around Ebenezer Road in West Knoxville. We saw North Shore Drive flooding. Massive flooding over on North Shore Drive. Look at this photo. Right next to the Label Industry, Hammond Goodies. That's looking right towards the interstate and Kingston Pike as well. That, my friends, is something that you don't want to do. You don't want to drive through flooded waters. There was a couple folks that just couldn't make it through. That was the other part of North Shore Drive and Paper Mill area anyways. And so that was in West Knoxville. Peggy Shaw sharing that. So that was the scene that we saw yesterday in and around town. Not everybody saw it, kind of feast or famine, but we are in for more of the same today. So we're going to stay in the medium category for damaging wind gusts, extreme category for efficient rain producers. That's the big player throughout the next, say, 24 to 48 hours. So let's go and walk you through our future cast. Picking up our timeline here at 7 o'clock. We've had a couple of spotty showers already this morning. But as we heat up the atmosphere, we're going to see those afternoon showers and thunderstorms developing. Again, some of those could become strong to severe. I think the better location will be across the Tennessee-Kentucky border, upper East Tennessee. But look at that next wave of energy that's going to come diving through during the overnight hours tonight. So just through tomorrow morning, we're going to see quite a bit of rainfall. It's going to really pile up in some locations. And if you get repeated rainfall and these efficient rain producers in your area, flash flooding is going to be a major concern. So have a way to receive weather information. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's a free download. Just go to your app store and search eastTNweather, all one word. The interactive radar gives you past, current, and future radar. And you get all notifications, whether it be when lightning's approaching, storms approaching, or watches and warnings from the National Weather Service. And if I decide to go live for severe weather coverage, I will be broadcasting live right through the app itself. All right, let's talk about the day ahead of us today. Temperature-wise, we're going to be right around 80 degrees by noon. It's going to be very similar to what we saw yesterday. Forecast highs back into the upper 80s to low 90s, high humidity, a lot of moisture available for the rain showers, and that's going to help to push our heat index values close to 100 degrees. So therefore, the heat stress starts to increase just a little bit more today, especially across the Southern Valley. But that's going to be the story over the next couple of days. Into the evening hours we go, 86 by 6, but feeling like 96, 83 by 8, feeling like 91, and 79 degrees by 10 o'clock here this evening. Let's talk about Thursday now. Now, we still have a little bit of a flash flood risk, mainly along the Tennessee-Kentucky border. Remember, this ridge of high pressure is going to build its way on in, so that's going to shift all of this activity just a little bit further to the east and northeast. But we also have severe weather risk associated with this storm system on into our Thursday. Upper East Tennessee, Tri-Cities is going to be the main location for that. But again, damaging winds and extreme with possibility for localized flooding and flash flooding thanks to the efficient rain producers that we continue to see. So here's your Thursday future cast. I want to keep you posted on all this because we've got so much activity taking shape. You can see the showers and thunderstorms will be developing across upper East Tennessee for the first half of the day. And then again, another wave of energy upper East Tennessee through the afternoon and into the early evening hours. I think Friday will be a much drier day before the rain picks back up again into the upcoming weekend. So from now through Friday morning, you can see how much rain we're going to continue to experience around town. Again, don't concentrate on the numbers specifically for your city. This is a model forecast, but the general idea is 1 to 2 more inches of rainfall, pockets higher than that in some locations. So we'll go 50% chance of rain today. Again, not everyone's going to see the rain, just like yesterday. We'll nose that down just a little bit on Thursday for most locations. Ramp it back up on Saturday, and then the rain chances really fade away as high pressure really starts to dominate getting into next week, at which point temperatures will come back up. So we're talking seasonably to unseasonably warm temperatures, upper 80s to low to mid 90s. Dew points will continue to stay in the 70s. So therefore, yes, our heat index values are going to be pushing close to heat advisory criteria, especially on Thursday, tomorrow. But we're still going to stay in the upper 90s to low 100s through the weekend and into the start of next week. So that means the heat stress will continue. Like I said, Thursday I think is going to be the hottest day. We'll see a little bit more sunshine for most locations. So the central southern valley, we're going to be in the high to extreme category for heat stress. Remember, that takes into account the sunshine that we will experience throughout the day, along with the heat and humidity. We'll continue to see high and moderate heat stress on into our Friday, and then that kind of gets shaved away a little bit more for Saturday, thanks to the showers and thunderstorms that will ramp up. So I think Sunday, by the way, is going to be the best day for the upcoming weekend. All the way for the first 2 weeks of August, the Climate Prediction Center is still predicting the possibility of above average temperatures, but maybe about average when it comes to rainfall. So we'll see how that all plays out. Again, I can't stress enough to have a way to receive weather information when we're talking about storms like this, severe weather, flooding, flash flooding concerns. And again, turn around, don't drown. Just go to the Google Play Store, the App Store, and search eastTNweather, all one word. We've had some incredible photos being shared with all of us here at East Tennessee Weather, whether it be social media or through Witcher's Pictures using the East Tennessee Weather app. So I want to leave you with these photos from yesterday. Incredible flooding and incredible storms. Be safe today. We'll see you back here soon.